there everybody, Victoria Lampini here, and today I am going to show you the absolute basics of modeling in Maya 2025. First off, let me inform you of some basic camera and view controls. Hold down Alt and the left mouse button to rotate like this, and hold down Alt and the middle mouse button to move the viewport like this. First off, let's add a polygon to work with. First, we go to this tab right here and go to Poly Modeling, and let's choose a polygon cube. Now, when we first have our cube, using the Move tool right here and these arrows, we can move it up, front and back, and side to side. If you want to undo, all you have to do is press C on your keyboard. You can also rotate it with the Rotate tool over here, around on this axis, and this axis. Let's undo that. And you can also scale with the Scale tool. This, up and down, across, front to back, or select this to scale the whole thing. Now, something else you need to know is selection of the different parts of the mesh. Simply hold down the right mouse button, and now you can select either vertexes, which are these little points, the edges of the mesh, the corners. You can select it like this, and if you want to select multiple vertexes, edges, and faces at once, you hold down Shift and you select the ones that you want, and you will be able to move them all at the same time. You could also do the same for edges. Simply right click, hold down and right click the mouse button. Select edge and Shift left click on each one you want to control them. You could also do the same for faces, which are the flat shapes. And if you want to select all the faces that are in a specific line, select one face, shift select, and double click the face next to it to wrap it around. Now let's try to make this cube a bit more complicated. To extrude the faces, go up here to the Extrude tool right here, and you can make more faces. Scale it up, scale it down. And if you want the faces to be separate, if you don't want to keep the face together, choose the Extrude tool, and over here in this little rectangle, go to Keep Faces Together, hold down left mouse and scroll to Off. Then you have this result. Now, if you want to add more edges to this polygon, go to Mesh Tools up here and go to Insert Edge Loop. Then you click on an edge and you can insert more edges, like here and like here. Now, another cool trick that you can do in Maya is that you can use a symmetrical select. So let's go back to selecting faces, and up here where it says Symmetry Off, click this little triangle and go to Object, select X, Z, or Y. Let's choose X. And now, whenever you select on one side of the polygon, it will select the other side as well. So let's extrude. Let's go to here, and extrude, and scale it down. Now, something else to keep in mind is that the way you select these things, it's only the single edge, vertex, or face that you have, but you can also hit the B button on your keyboard to do a soft selection to select more vertexes, faces, and edges. Hold down B and hold down the left mouse button and move the mouse to bump up the selection. And there you see, you select more. And as you can see, we still have symmetry on. We can select that. Right click, hold down face. Shift, double click. And we can select all these faces and do this. Now let's add another shape. Let's add a cylinder. Now, something to keep in mind is that you can modify polygons when you first bring them out by going over to the attribute editor here on the side, and where it says polycylinder 1, you can change the attributes right here. Like, you can change the subdivision axis, bump it down to 8 so that it's an octagon, or 6 so that it's a hexagon. You could also increase the subdivisions on the cap, or take them out entirely, and add subdivisions like this. You could do stuff like this for all the polygons. So let's scale it up like this. And add it to the edge right here. Now let's select the edge. Let's turn off soft select by pressing B. Hold down Shift and double click to select all these edges in the ring. Scale it down. Now let's add an edge loop. Go right click, hold down, go to face. Select, Shift, double click, go to extrude, key face together off, and we get this result. If you want to select them all like that, hold on. Go to the select tool, then you'll have it like that. Now, if you want to smooth this out, because it looks like it's very edgy and squarish and sharp, but if you want it to look a lot smoother, then all you have to do is go to the smooth tool up here to add face and make it appear more smooth. And this is the result that we have. To delete faces, what you can do is go to faces, and over here in this corner, you have panel layout with these 4 squares together. This will give you an outlook on many different angles, from the x-axis to the z-axis, the front, and the y-axis, which is the top. So let's hold down the left mouse button and scroll like this. Let's scroll all the way up to that line. And then we press delete. Now we have cut our mesh in half. Now let's select this and go to Mesh and the Mirror tab. So let's check off Cut Geometry. Let's mirror on the x-axis, and let's not combine with the original just yet, because sometimes you won't want to do that right away. And turn off Flip UVs. Now we mirror it, and as we can see, we have an exact duplicate of our model on the x-axis. Now, let's select these two, because as you can see, this part right here has this transform node that can really clutter up our outliner. So with both of these selected, let's go to Edit and Delete by Type and Delete History. Then we go to Edit on Parent and we delete this cube thing with the red arrow. Now let's Shift select these two parts, go to Mesh, and we click Combine. This will make both of them one. Now let's go to Symmetry and Object X. Now let's go to Vertex, and here Shift, double click, and now we have all these vertexes selected. Now let's bring these two a bit closer together. Hold on, let's go to Object Mode. You see how this clutters up our outliner? So go to Edit and Delete History, and you'll have that taken out. Let's go back to Vertex. Select these vertexes. Now we'll go to Edit Mesh, and we'll go to Merge, and press this little square over here. The stronger the threshold is, the stronger the merge will be. So we managed to merge some of them, but not all of them. So let's select these again, bring them a little closer, go to Edit Mesh, Merge again. Now let's make that a little bit stronger. So go to Merge, go to this square, bump up the threshold, and there we go. Now it's all connected. Now let's do the same for the bottom here. And there you have it. That's what you can do to attach certain vertexes together. Now let's go to this leg of the table, and let's go to Mesh, and we'll go to Mirror again. And once again, to get rid of this clutter, let's go to Edit, Delete History, and unparent it. Now let's select this and Shift select the other leg, go to Edit, and go to Group. So now when you select this one, sorry, I'm used to using parenting, but group is the best way to do it. So now when you select the group, you can move both of these at the same time. Something else that you can do is that you can select this, hold down Shift, and go to Parent, so that when you select this one, you will select the same. Same thing works with group as well. Now if you want to duplicate, simply go to Edit and press Duplicate right here. And you can move this over here. And voila, we have a table. a very futuristic table. Kind of looks like a bit of a walking spaceship thing, doesn't it? But yeah, those are some of the basics of modeling. Feel free to rewatch this if you like. And if you liked this video and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and leave feedback for me to let me know how I can improve these tutorials. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.